Sorry about that, guys. Got totally distracted by the dog. So I got off. Basically, I just wanted to talk about something that we're seeing people saying, and something that crops up quite regularly during consults, and that is generally to do with being the right time. Okay, like I know holiday season is upon us, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't start something now. Okay, what you need to remember is there's always going to be holidays. There's always going to be anniversaries. There's always going to be Christmases. There's always going to be special occasions, okay? So, like, saying that now's not the right time and I need to wait is probably not the best thing to do, because never's going to be a right time, okay? And what will happen is, and we see this quite a lot, where... and people tell us that they've done it, is basically they'll say they're going to start the diet the next week, and then they never ever start it, okay? And then they speak with you 6 months down the line, and they're still no further ahead. If anything, they're in a worse position than they started, okay? Now, that isn't the solution. This is why we give you solutions to work around your holidays, okay? There's methods to work around your holidays. We've had plenty of people going on holiday on this when they're running through our 6-week challenges, okay? We've had them away on business trips for a week, on holidays for a week. They still get good results. Ultimately, it comes down to consistency and having a simple structure and process in place to be able to deal with these things, okay? They're tactics. But, you know, look, if you're wanting to get in shape, and, you know, you're sort of curious about looking into your health and maybe investigating further, there's no time like the present, okay? There's no time like the present, because ultimately, even if you've got a holiday in a week's time, there's things that you can do, right, while you're away, very simple things that you can do, right, while you're away, that you can implement and do and follow to keep you on the wheel and not make you go off without being really heavily restrictive, okay? There's tactics we can use without being heavily restrictive. Nothing that we do is really restrictive in terms of dieting or training, okay? So for those that don't know, we specialize in working with busy people, okay? And a lot of these people that we work with are business owners, okay, management, professionals, stay-at-home mums, and then there's some that fit outside that. These people don't have time. So it's generally people who have very busy, hectic lifestyles, okay? All these people train between 2 and 3 hours a week to get the results that they're getting right now. Go and look at our videos. Go and look at our testimonials. You'll see, okay? But the reality is no time is the right time. If you address it now, you can start putting steps in place now, okay, and start to see some progress in the next week, month, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, rather than waiting until a right time. Like, let's say you go on holiday. On holiday, you then gain. You know, we have seen people go away and gain stupid amounts. I made that mistake. I made the mistake of going on an all-inclusive holiday and gaining 14 pounds in weight in a week. Okay, I learned from that. And I built a system and a very simple structure over a few years of testing things to now give to the clients. Our clients often go away on holiday. They either come back lighter or the same weight. Okay, they're still drinking. They're still enjoying good food. Okay, but there is no right time. So if you're going on holiday, it's not an excuse not to stop you moving forward and improving your health, improving your life, okay, and changing your body. There's loads of time to still get in shape for August, okay, or even down the line. Some people don't want to just get in shape for the short term. A lot of people are looking at long term, which again, that's what we focus on with our clients. We want to see people succeed, and when people kickstart that wheel and start getting a result, what happens is their motivation remains very high, and then they want to continue and to progress forward, so they carry on doing stuff, okay, whether that's with us or not, or on their own. But my point is, if you start something today, you're going to start to see some results, okay, at some point very soon. But if you keep holding back, you could end up going in the opposite direction. So my thing for you guys is, if you're considering starting some journey, right, and you're on the brink of doing something, instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to come back to that next week, just go and commit to it. Okay, whether that's your Weight Watchers, whether that's your Slimming World, whether that's training in a gym, buying a gym membership even, okay, at least then the thoughts behind it to start taking the action, to start moving forwards. Because if you don't do that, right, you're going to be in the same position you were like in 6 months' time, years' time. Okay, we've had it with clients we've consulted with. They've gone off because they said it's not the right time for them. They've come back 2, 3, 6 months, a year. We've even had someone come back after 2 years, okay, of originally consulting with us because it weren't the right time. And what they say to me is, I really wish I would have started before, when I first came to see you, okay? But at the time, they thought it'll be better to wait. At the end of the day, it's going to cost you more in your health, ultimately, right? And there's no price to put on health. And I feel, at the minute, and I feel as a whole, as a country, that we're all undervaluing our health massively, and it's sitting on a very, very low priority level, okay? You know, especially when people are going out and spending, 40, 50, 60, £100 on night out, and they say that they can't afford to eat well. Not the truth. It's a case that you got to be honest with yourself. It's not your priority, right? It's not your priority. But ultimately, you want results, you need to commit to doing something, whether that's coaching, whether it's joining a gym, whether it's joining a weight loss group, I don't know. You've got to find what works for you, what's sustainable for you, okay, and to get you on that wheel to moving you forwards closer to where you want to be. Because there's one thing I can tell you, right, if you don't look after your health, you're not going to be in a good situation in a few years' time, right? Like, the amount of people that seem to be getting diagnosed with things such as cancer is not good, right? Yet there's a wealth of knowledge out there. You can search it all on Google, but people still don't implement it. We have a free Facebook group called Train with Nick. Loads of people are in it. There's loads of content that we coach, but does anyone use it? Nope. Right? The reality is people don't take the action, and this is why the accountability that we give is bang on to make sure you take action and get results, okay? Yes, it is wise words, Michael. I think sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. I gave a bit of a talk to the coaching groups that we work with as well recently about this. All right, but you've got to take action and move yourselves forwards rather than sitting still. Going for a jog or a fast walk around the block for 10 minutes, and instead of saying, I'm just going to wait till next week, is a good start point, okay? Just changing maybe your white bread for wholemeal bread may be a good start for now, okay? Depends what start point you're at. But the point is you're doing something and taking action to move you forwards rather than keep putting it off, okay? I could have... so I'll give you a good example. I can relate this to my business, okay? So I was going to set up the business, the gym, the studio, Body Transformation Centre, way back in 2017. I started looking for premises, and basically we couldn't get anywhere, and I kept holding off. But eventually I took the jump and I took the leap. I didn't have the perfect place, okay, and by any means I wanted something different to what I've got now, but I knew I could make it work. All right, with a little bit of altering and a bit of jigging around, I knew I could make it work to get and create what I wanted to create. So what did I go and do? Instead of just waiting around, I went and got involved, put the money down to take the lease on, as I was going to do, to make sure that I was taking some action. Right, that was my commitment to doing it. Okay, and ultimately, that gets you closer to the end goal. Now, I could have quite easily just not gone ahead and just carried on searching like I'd been searching for a few years prior as well. I could have just put it off, and where would I be? Still in a commercial gym, still with serving only a relatively small proportion of the clients I would love to work with, okay, in the long term, and the amount of bodies that we want to change in the long term. But you sometimes have to just take a step out the comfort zone and just go do it, right? put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. Whether that's with us or with somebody else, it is what it is. But my point is, right, be honest with yourself where you're at, and be honest with yourself when it comes to your priorities. If health's not your priority, then, you know, it should be at least within your top 3. But ultimately, everything comes down to priorities. Don't make excuses. Take some action today, right? Whatever it's going to be, right? And go and do something to move you closer to your goal, rather than being stuck there and then complaining in 6 months' time that you're still where you were when you knew you could have done something about it. Anyway, that's my little thing over and done with for Friday, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, people. Have a good weekend. I hope you enjoy the sunshine and not too much boozing.